What is going on, guys? Monty Webby here, back again on Monday. Got a nice 11-game slate here tonight. I got it broken down for you with 6 of my favorite plays on the slate and my money 6. So before we get going, slap a like in the video if you're enjoying the content. Ready to win some money here tonight. Let's try to get over 100 likes in this video. And if you happen to be new here, definitely hit that subscribe button to continue to get these videos every single day. So let's hop right into it. First guy up, I'm going to go with Ben Simmons here at 8,000, a really good spot, a high projected total, around like 240 points. The game has no spread, so Vegas expecting a tightly contested game here. I think it should stay close, and Ben Simmons, a really good upside without Embiid. He got 52 DraftKings points last game. Nearly a triple-double at 29, 7, and 10. I think he could have a really good outing again here going against New Orleans. Their point guard defense isn't great. I'm not really sure who they're going to match up with them, honestly, as Alfred Payton. That's a really big mismatch if they end up going there. There's really no one. Maybe Julius Randle is the only one that kind of makes sense, like based on size in this spot, but I think Ben Simmons, either way, he'll be able to get his own in this matchup. He dropped 45 DraftKings points against them in their first outing at 22, 8, and 7. And I think he'll be able to score a little bit more here and maybe even get closer to that triple-double that a huge upside that definitely has at a nice price, like at 8,000. Very fast pace. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my first guy. Then I'm going to go with Hassan Whiteside here at 6,600. Really good matchup going against Phoenix. A little bit of an uptick in implied total here. Phoenix plays a little bit of a quicker pace, and Whiteside is going to have to get a few extra minutes, I would imagine, in this matchup because they have DeAndre Ayton on the other side of the ball. And normally when they got like a nice center that does play a lot of minutes, he is going to see an uptick of minutes. He got 31 minutes last time going against Hassan Whiteside. Going against Andre Drummond. So like that's similar kind of matchup where they have a center that plays a lot. Going against Sacramento, like Willie Cauley-Stein plays a good amount. Nurkic plays a good amount. He got 28 and 30 minutes in those two games and had huge outings, 53 and 54 DraftKings points. So I really like the upside again here. Going against a guy like DeAndre Ayton, his defense hasn't been great. He plays around 30 minutes a game, so I think Whiteside has really big upside. He also is a guy, for whatever reason, that plays a lot better at home in Miami. He's averaging 4 minutes more and averaging 9 DraftKings points more in average. Like that's the thing that's been the case for a good amount of time. He was a lot better at home last year too. So at 6,600 here, I'm gonna go ahead and lock him in there as my second guy. I'm gonna go with Jonas Valanciunas, another center here with a really good upside at 6,400. A good matchup going against the Lakers. They have been going kind of smaller recently, but the Grizzlies are a team that typically stays with their big kind of lineup. They really don't kind of fall into other teams' kind of hand. Like I think Jonas Valanciunas will be able to get a good amount of run here again and be able to have some solid upside. He had 45 DraftKings points last time against Cleveland, 39 against San Antonio in just 21 minutes. So he's been filling it up very nicely for the Grizzlies so far. With limited minutes, he was putting up good DraftKings points, and even with more minutes, he was able to fill it up even more. So I think he has a double-double upside again here in this matchup. When he was on the Toronto Raptors, he had a humongous game of 14 and 8 and just 17 minutes off the bench. So really good upside, solid matchup. The Lakers, another team that doesn't play much defense. They've been allowing a ton of points recently. And Valanciunas kind of has that like second option now to Mike Conley. I think he can have a very good outing here. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my third guy. Then I'm going to go with Marvin Bagley here. This guy has been absolutely putting in work recently. Definitely has a little bit of a risk to him, but he also has huge upside because some of these games, like he kind of can fall out of order with the minutes if he doesn't play very well. But I think this is the kind of game where he can definitely put it on again here going against Minnesota. 3 of the last 4 games, he's at 47, 48, and 46 DraftKings points. So if he can just play really well at the bench here again and get an extra few minutes up to 30 minutes, I think he can definitely get closer to 40 DraftKings points again here. He played really well against Minnesota last time out. He had a 17 and 10 in around like 25 minutes. So a solid outing there. I think he can continue to kind of show off that upside. He's been really efficient and a lot better than Bielica. So there's like no reason why he can't get extra minutes here again in this matchup. And the Minnesota does kind of play pretty big with Saric and Towns and then kind of Gibson off the bench, so there's good reason for him to play 30 plus minutes again here. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my fourth guy. Then I'm going to go with Eric Bledsoe, an obvious play here. Giannis is doubtful for this game, so a lot of upside and availability of opportunity for the guys like Bledsoe, Middleton, Brogdon, Brook Lopez. But Bledsoe is the one guy. I think that's the safest bet to return good upside with Giannis out. Last time Giannis was out, I'm not sure if it's on the game log, but he had a really good outing. I think it was against Washington this game. Yeah, he had 53 DraftKings points, 22, 11, and 6. And that game was a blowout as well. I think it was that game. I know he had a big game last time Giannis was out, but at 6,400 going against Chicago, Chris Dunn is also doubtful for this game. So the backup point guard, Archie and Dina, however you say his name, the backup point guard, not very good defensively. Eric Bledsoe, I think, is going to get the better of him, be able to score very well here with some more assist opportunities, some more point opportunities, and a great matchup here going against the Bulls. So at 6,400, I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my fifth guy. I'm going to go with D Rose. Since we have a balanced approach here and still a good amount of money left over, I figured I would go with another guy in that mid-range. There's a lot of guys in this mid-range, $5,000 to $6,000 range that I like, as you obviously can see with the plays. But D Rose, I'm expecting Jeff Teague, honestly, to be out of this game. They came out and said that he's questionable as well. He has a few different injuries. He has like a wrist injury or like a hand injury and like a knee injury as well. So I feel like they could just give him a day off here. Typically when he's been ruled questionable before the game, he hasn't played. So it seems like whenever he does have an injury, they've kind of gone with a safe way of just resting him. And D Rose would get the start if that was the case. He's been playing pretty well recently as well. In 3 of those last 4, he's at 30, 31, and 35 DraftKings points, scoring very well. And in that starting lineup, you'd obviously get around 30 minutes and show off that more upside against Sacramento. And this is a perfect game for him, a very fast-paced game. De'Aaron Fox is okay defensively. He does allow a good amount of scoring to the point guards. He can be good at creating turnovers, but he still is a guy that allows a lot of points. We saw Westbrook go for 40 against him the other night, and also Steph Curry almost hit 40 points against him the other night as well. So at 5,400, think D Rose can score very well in a good matchup. Another high pace game, high point total. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my final guy. So there's the money 6. You got Ben Simmons, D Rose, Marvin Bagley, Whiteside, Bledsoe, and Valanciunas. A lot of guys that are up and down, but they could balance each other out. Like, say, Whiteside has a 50-point outing, and then Valanciunas, maybe he struggles a little bit. If he gets in foul trouble and he gets 20, that'd be kind of balancing each other out. I'd say, like, that'd be like the same thing as almost them both getting 35. So they have kind of that counteractive. All these guys have huge upside. Like Simmons could go for 50. D Rose, if he's in the starting lineup, he could go for 40. Bagley can go for 40 like we've seen. Whiteside could go for 40, maybe even 50 if he gets like a ton of blocks. Bledsoe could go for 40. Valanciunas could go for 40. So all of these guys, immense upside, could definitely balance each other out because they do have a little bit of a lower floor, but the ceiling is so huge. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Slap a like if you did. Over 100 likes, like I said, greatly appreciated. Good luck here. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already to not miss out on the content. We'll see you back here again next time.